60 seconds.
I didn't think that would be a very good idea. You know, I don't have the power to...
Hello, welcome to the show. How many people are playing today? Just the one of you? How cozy. Now, name, please.
So it'll be...
Okay, what's it to be? Do you want a 21-question game or 7? Wise choice.
30
Your
seconds.
buzzer is the letter B. B as in Borstal, as in where your children will grow up. Just chill out. We'll start the damn game. Just chill out.
Choose a category.
Let's have some fun. Here comes question 1.
And here we have... The bloody French! Get it right, and I'll give you $3 grand.
Sacre bleu. The French have come up with many wonderful things, but some did not catch on so well. Which month was not a real month in the post-revolution French Republic calendar? Sunitin, the month of steam, Messidor, the month of harvest, Ventos, the month of wind, or Brumaire, the month of mist?
Vento's the month of wind. Yes, I do believe that follows the month of tacos. I mean, why didn't you pick... Absolutement, there was no month of steam. There was also, tellingly, no month of showers or baths. Need I say more? Yes, I knew. There was no month of soap or deodorant or any kind of personal hygiene product whatsoever. Pick a category now. So, you picked this one. More big hair and men in makeup. As far as the sheets available, $2 grand is up for grabs. Bloody ECT, what's the name of that 80s band? Hit your buzzer, would you, and type in for me? You remember me? Bernie, yeah? Bernie. Yeah, the band had 3 tailors, I seem to remember. Yeah, and their name was really repetitive. Oh, and didn't they sing about being hungry like the wolf or something? Yeah, didn't one of them go out with some bird called Rio or something? God, what was their name? Go for it. Type in your answer and hit return. Their name was Duran Duran. And they were appalling. Choose a category.
Put on your pants for the naked dance. 3.
And the category is... Darling, does this tie go with my bolt? £2,000 ready and waiting for the right answer. Frankenstein's monster notices that the beautiful bride of Frankenstein is wearing a particularly lovely dress. Thank you, honey, she says. It's been cut on the bias. Impressed by this tailoring, Frankenstein's monster decides to have plastic surgery that is also on the bias. What is he most likely to have done? Darts put into his kneecaps, diagonal cuts across his forehead, a gusset inserted in his nose, or double-stitched neck bolts?
Adios. Ciao.
Shalom. A middle-class contestant would have said, material that's been cut on the bias is cut diagonally to the weave. What a tragic life Frankenstein had. During adolescence, he gets completely stitched up by some dodgy surgeon. At last, he finds brief happiness through his bride, but she dies, and he completely falls apart. Okay, pick a category. Okay, let's have one called Let Me Take You Away From All of This. And this one's worth £2,000. I know that sometimes I do fly off the handle a bit. Sometimes it must make things a little difficult for you. I know this. But you know something? I do really like you. In fact, let's spend the weekend together. Just me and you. Where should we stay to really stretch out our 3-day weekend together, darling? Saturn, Mars, Mercury, or Jupiter? No, not Saturn. I don't really like the atmosphere there. Oh, don't you know? I want to take you to Mercury. 3 days on Mercury equates to 6 months on Earth, you know. Categorically speaking, I want one!
Number 5.
And your selection is Mutt Matters. And this one's worth £1,000. Right, in order to get a bit more sponsorship, the organisers of Crufts decided to hold a commercial round where large companies enter their advertising mascots into the competition. Which company couldn't enter their mascot at Crufts? Andrix, Dulux, HMV or Durex? The right answer is, of course, Durex. Man's best friend doesn't have a canine mascot. Apparently they tried a poodle once, it had great doggy style, but they couldn't train it to come. From the list of categories, pick a category. Oh, well played, my son. Take my hand and walk with me to this or that country. And the this or that category is flying by the pants on your seat. Right, here's the drill. I'm going to read off 7 words, and for each one I want you to tell me whether it's an item of underwear or a technical term used by pilots. So for each one that comes up, if you think it's an undergarment, skid on key 1. And if it's aeronautical jargon, press 2. And press 4 to skip. For every one you get right, you get 500 sheets and £500 off for each one you get wrong. Right, let's be having 30 seconds on the clock. Here we go! Dampers, underwear or flight? Boxer. Spoiler. White front. Thong. Bastia. The last one. That's all 7. Oh, 7 out of 7. Very good. And with time to spare. You are really special. What a strapping, buxom score that is. Let's move on. You got any categories on you, man? Come on, give us one. Your choice is...
Scarier than a Turkish prison.
£3,000 if you get it right. Okay, it's the big one.
Hello, pretty boy. You are attending a public execution in Turkey as my special friend. The crowd that gathers around the man shouts, "Kill him! Kill him!" Based on what they are shouting, what do they plan to kill him with? Folk music, pigs, rugs, or chopped liver? A kilim is a very, very special kind of rug made in Turkey and perfect for being with friends and forming an inner circle. And you have won tonight's star prize, a trip to Turkey with me, cartoon Arab, to watch beheading and maybe some feasting.
Come on, let's have one.
Here's why we hate number 8.
This one's called, oh God, not you again. Give me a right answer. You got yourself 3,000 quid. Do you know it's possible the twat-head idiot country singer Billy Ray Cyrus won't ever have another hit? But if Billy Ray Cyrus's next hit single were based upon the accomplishments of Cyrus the Great, what might the song be called? I'm a Russian Tsar, you're a Russian out. I ruled Persia, but you rule my heart. The first man in Sicily's still just a boy. Or I'm drunk, I'm lonely, I'm king of France. I ruled Persia, but you rule my heart. Cyrus the Great was a Persian emperor. Much like Billy Ray, there were a lot of people who wanted to kill him.
Kill him, kill him, kill him, kill him!
Please select.
It's party time.
Here comes number 9.
And the next question is Family Butchers. £2,000 for this little baby.
Now listen carefully. Say they're making an animated series of historical mass slaughters. You know, for the kids. Now, if they made a children's version of the battle between the Scots and Edward Longshanks in the 13th century, what do you reckon would be the best name for it? Jimmy and the Magic Torch, William Wallace and Gromit, Culloden Green, or Rob Roy and Custard? Culloden. Beheadings, brutal hand-to-hand combat, and nice little fire engines. Oh, I do like a nice little model hovercraft.
Now here's what someone intelligent would have said.
William Wallace was the Scottish revolutionary who would team up with a hang-dog dog.
Using your brain, pick a category.
Hey, Master Blaster! Won't you find an answer? It's 10!
Next up, getting the bird. Not too tough, 1,000 sheets, up for grabs. Brace yourselves, here's the question. If Dick Dastardly ran up to you in the street shouting, "Stop the Pidgin! Stop the Pidgin!" what should you do? Stop talking, run after a small man, grab his penis, or start chasing a duck? A pidgin is a pseudo-language that arises in places where people of different linguistic backgrounds mix. Like Birmingham, where the pidgin of Brummie arose to unite the people who could actually talk and the vast majority who still communicate in rudimentary grunting. Hello, and welcome to the halfway mark. There are 10 more questions coming at you in round 2. What is so ingenious about round 2 is that there's actually twice as much cash available, but that cash can be won or lost. Do you follow me? Categorically speaking, I want one! In categorical terms, you have chosen the bell, the bard, the Bible, and a boxer. You could be getting yourself 2,000 for the right answer. Okay, here it comes. Which are there more? Rocky movies, parts of Shakespeare's Henry IV, evangelists in the New Testament, or Police Academy films? No, just 5 of those. There could have been more, but Stallone thought that 5 was the biggest number in the world. This is the answer. At last count, there were 6 Police Academy films. I must admit, I do prefer those films on video. It's very hard to tape over a cinema. Choose a category.
12.
And now, what is the sound of one nun singing? This question could net you 6K. Hey, remember Julie Andrews in The Sound of Music? Of course you do. If in the famous title song Julie Andrews were to sing, "The hills are alive, no really they're alive," what would her belief be an example? Literalism, animism, totemism, or personalism? Literalism is wrong. No, really, it's wrong. It's a shame you didn't say. The name of that tune is animism, a belief that inanimate objects have thoughts and feelings, which may explain why she married Christopher Plummer. Okay, pick a category.
Take the elevator ride to 13.
And your choice is immortal footwear. And I'll give you £2,000 if you get it right.
Who am I? Once this goddess was the symbol of her victory. Today, she's the logo for quality athletic footwear. Who is she?
Charles, Reebok, Nike, or Adidas?
Nike's the correct answer. Do I get my free trainer's day? Do I?
Pick a category now. Aha! Chest butt sits grime whore.
It's time for
Flicker Kiss Don't Stop.
Me and the team put our heads together and came up with this category title. In the Technicolor Abattoir. Second round gibberish, opening value, 10 Gs. Remember, speed's the key. The quicker you solve this, the more money you make. Okay, look sharp. Tell me what famous footballing phrase this rhymes with. Bit a lame old blue calf? Come on then, solo quiz. Yes! It's a game of 2 halves, played by men, real men. It's not about shorts, it's what's inside them, the thighs pounding away up and down for 90 minutes. Choose a category. And you went for the one called Fear and Loathing in Balmoral. You give me the right answer, I'm going to give you £4,000. There's a question coming, I can just smell it. If the divine Princess Anne had hippophobia, what would be the most obvious symptom? An irrational fear of all things German, a desire to stay away from the stables, a loathing of corgis, or fear of royal trips to African rivers? Yes, top notch. Hippophobia is a fear of horses. So I imagine the mirror's not good reading either. What? You got your categories on you, man. Come on, give us one.
Question 16.
And the category is Would you like to see some puppies? And it's a £4,000 question. When I was small, my parents wouldn't buy me a puppy. They're dead now. I bought myself a little puppy and called it Columbia. Which of the following could I not have named it after? A track by Oasis, a moon of Venus, the command module for Apollo 11, or a university in New York? Venus ain't got no moons, baby. But at least it's not a bloody corgi. From the list of categories, pick a category. And this one's called Pathological Filing. And a cool 6,000 quid for this one. One of the many reasons I was expelled from the Royal College of Medicine was the ill reception for my experimental autopsy technique. You see, I wanted to file leftover autopsy organs according to size. Which of the following needed the most drawer space, do you think? Brains, livers, hearts, or lungs?
Score! Why? Score!
If you're interested, the answer is... second only in size to human skin, but much, much tastier with grilled onions. Come on, let's have one. This one's called... Actually, I think I'll skip the main course. And this question's worth £4,000. Fingers on the buzzers, here's the question. It's the party season and you're invited over to your annual town Anthropophagites dinner dance. What might be on the set menu? A big list of mathematical formulae, man au gratin and Adam's apple sauce, eye of newt and tongue of owl, or cow dung foo young? If you'd have got it right, you'd have said this. Anthropophagites are people who eat people, and so their menu would be full of body bits and stuff. Whatever you do, don't have the cheese sauce. Using your brain, pick a category.
Question 19.
The name of this question is Asterix in Hell. 6,000 notes if you get it right. Oh, you smell that? That's the stench of question.
Oh la la, if Obelix swapped cute little dogmatics for Cerberus, the watchdog at the gates of the underworld, what's the largest number of his friends he could eat simultaneously? Asterix and Magimix, Asterix, Spasmodix and Weetabix, Asterix, Ketafix, Vital Statistics and Cacophonics, or Asterix and 3 legions of Roman invaders?
Cerberus had 3 heads, so he could have dispatched Asterix, Spasmodix, and Weetabix. So the little 1 and 2 of his Gaulish chums get it. That'll teach them to conduct nuclear testing at the gates of Hades, won't it? Please select.
Superstar. You're special. 20.
And the category is... shoot that oily sucker stone dead. I'm willing to offer you 4,000 crisp green sheets. Remember when J.R. Ewing, the Dallas oil magnate, gene-spliced to a Stetson, was gunned down and left for dead by a would-be assassin? Terrible story. What would an original assassin have done to J.R. instead of trying to shoot his face off? Cooked him over hot stones, prayed to a stone effigy of him, thrown stones at him, or got him stoned on dope? Indeed, the original assassins were a 12th century cult devoted entirely to the worship of Larry Hagman. To this day, there still stands in La Paz, Bolivia, a 130-foot granite statue of Larry, which at high noon casts a beautiful shadow falling over the unique pyramid of Suellen. Bollocks. The correct answer is... Well, the literal translation of assassin is hashish eater. Man. So, like, instead of shooting JR, you know, the assassin would probably have stayed at home, yeah, in a dressing gown, sort of eating cereals. Like, watching Richard and Judy, really chilling out. Choose a category. Time for the...
Oh, so you know the Jack Attack drill. Here's your clue.
The big question. Go get it.
Let's see how much fake cash you've amassed. That's the game! Oh, your score is through the roof, and you better patch it up before anyone notices, because I've already noticed that.
You don't know, Jack!
Jack, I am very angry with you. I want to see you here afterwards. That was terrible. Look, get the ads rolling. Murray, find out what's happening with the players.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? If you want to play again, just let me know. I'll tell the boys and girls.